Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. Well, it's good to be back. I've taken about a 3-week at least hiatus, caught COVID, and I've been recovering from that. And boy, that was some tough stuff. And I had the variety, I think, that was the easy one. So I feel for those people that had the bad strain early on. And boy, I'm still got some junk in my lungs and just no energy to do anything. So yeah, I haven't shot a video in probably 4 weeks, and I was able to get one edited. I wasn't even planning on posting that one, but I went ahead and did that once I started feeling a little better. But yeah, haven't been down here doing much. I've done some walk-bys, and I did mow down here in front of the hives. So put on the bee suit and mowed. It was getting pretty deep. And so we need to get into the nukes, so this will be as the Nuc Turns episode. I was looking at them yesterday evening, and it looks like 31 has gone kaput, so we need to check on that. That's the one that wasn't that strong, and the queen, I think she actually did start laying some, so, but there's not hardly any entrance activity, so we need to check on that and see what's going on. And if that's failed, we'll move those frames over to hive number 2. It's a single deep, and it's doing really good. And they've got a full super on there that's about half summer honey and probably some late summer honey, because I did not harvest that super. So I was doing some experiments with some single deeps, but I wound up moving frames on top of most of them, and that's the one that I haven't done that yet. So let's get over to our nukes and check them out and see how they're doing. And 32, we may go ahead and lower it down to a 10 frame. I brought some boxes with me, and it's got 10 frames now, but it's a double-decker nuke, so I want to get that reduced on down. And we might do a second video if we move over to 10 frames over to number 2 and check out that honey super. I don't know, we'll see. But let's get started on these nukes and see what we find. Okay, here's our 2 nukes. So I pulled the little entrance reducer off of this one last night because I didn't see much going on, and there was a dead bee behind it, and no one's cleaned that up. So I suspect that 31 there is dwindled down to nothing. That queen must have failed, but she was laying a little bit in the last video. And this one here, you can see we got some decent activity there on the front. Let's see, it's September 10th. It's about probably 11 a.m. So all the field bees are out foraging. Let's get into this one real quick and assess it. All right. Yep, no bees. Couple of hive beetles hanging out up here. Hopefully we don't have the wax moths in here. Not seeing any. Well, that's too bad. I mean, there is nothing in here. And I did treat these with OA, oxalic acid. No sign of wax moth damage yet. So that's good. So there's 10 frames. We'll get these over to number 2 and give them a second deep. Let's get over into 32 real quick. Yeah, that looks like a beehive. Got us some bees up here. Yeah, that looks quite good. I'm going to smoke them a little bit. I'm going to get these off this lid here because I'm going to take this down, put them into a regular 10 frame deep. And I've got one down here, 6 or 7 hives down, that I had to take down earlier in the year, so I'll just bring the bottom board and the covers from that right here. In fact, I'll scoot this over right now. Yeah. Not a lot of weight to that, so we need to start feeding these bees here pretty quick. Clean this bottom up a little bit. It's not too bad. Wood's starting to decay there. So this is my 9th year of beekeeping, and this bottom here is, it could be, oh, maybe 5 years old. So, you know, your equipment don't last forever. You paint it, give it a good coat of paint best you can. And, you know, it has a finite life. I don't know that we need this in there or not. This thing's kind of warped, so the back's real tall. Yeah, we'll try that. What you don't want is water to land on the front and run back underneath inside the hive. Here's just a 10 frame deep body. So when you do something like this, you want your brood frames towards the middle and your food frames further to the outside. Try to keep your brood frames all together, don't separate them, and try to keep pollen close to your brood. So this is a food frame, it's honey. I'm going to put it to the outside. Actually, I'm going to put it over here. It's a nice honey frame. And I'm going to put it to the south side, because when it gets real cold, the north wind's going to come from this direction. So the bees over winter are going to migrate towards this side. So I'm just kind of flipping it around, rotating these 180. If I find brood up top, I'll put it in the center. Here's some brood right there. So here's a pretty empty frame. I'm going to put it to the outside on the north. And this is a nice heavy frame full of honey. So I'm going to put it one away from brood. And I'm assuming I'm going to have a couple brood frames below. I'll put right in here. I'm going to get my queen catcher. I don't remember if this queen's marked or not. It's a fairly empty food frame. A little bit of capped honey on there. Very lightweight frame here. Actually, that other one had a little more. I think I'll put it one more to the outside. We'll feed these bees here before long. I think we got us a decent fall flow going right now, so I'm going to let them go on that. You know, my queen may have been up top from the looks of this, and I wasn't paying attention, because there's definitely more bees up top than there are in the bottom. Oh, this is the one we had our super procedure cell. I think that's it right there. So we definitely need to go back through here and go on a queen search, because they were superseding that queen last time we were in here. Hopefully they change their minds. There's a good food frame with pollen, so this needs to be right against the brood because we got pollen right here. I'm going to leave it out for now. I'm going to go back through here and see if we spot us a queen. Make sure she's not on the wall. I see some yellow pollen on the legs of a few. My friend Justin, he lives up in Edmond at Sweet Stingers. Check out his channel. He posted an Instagram post that says, is it true if you see pollen coming in from your bees that it's queen right? A lot of people say that, and I never really thought that was, 100% accurate. And he says no, it's not. And because he proved it. He had a queenless hive, and they were bringing in pollen. So we may demonstrate that here. I wish I'd paid more attention when I was up top there. There was only one frame that had a little bit of capped brood on it. Now that I've taken this all apart, she could be anywhere if there is a queen in here. This frame here looks like a frame that you might see a queen on. They're putting a lot of coverage in here, like there's eggs. Yeah, so there's young larvae, so we got us a good laying queen. I'm thinking that other one was marked. So if they've superseded, we won't see a marked queen. I have to go back and look at that other video or look at my notes, which I didn't bring down here. It's funny, I'll start the year off real meticulous about note taking, and as it goes on after honey harvest, it kind of falls apart. Well, it appeared queen right from that frame I just saw that had the very young larvae. They were very, very young. Here's a brood frame where they're emerging from. And those oxalic acid treatments may have slowed down their laying as well. Well, I sure didn't see her. This is a big chunk of honey here. Well, I sure don't see her. Well, we'll get this put back together and just get out of here. Get our tin frame inner cover and our telescoping lid. We'll reduce that front down some. There's one with pollen right there. There we go. So we'll put that up here to remind us to check for the queen. Yeah, so this hive looked good. It looks queen right. I did not spot that queen. Not sure what the deal is there. There's a few bees down the bottom. She may have been on the bottom board. So we'll have to come back and check this and make sure it's queen right. And they had the very young larva in there, so I didn't want to mess around with it too much. That's a pretty invasive process, so they got to figure out what's what now and realign everything where they want it and figure out The queen's got to figure out where she's going to be laying and where she wants to hang out, where they want to put nectar, pollen, and all that. So they're totally discombobulated, and they got to figure that out, and it'll take them a day or two. But yeah, I think it's good, but we will come back and check on it. So I'm going to end this video, and I'll do another video on moving this over to number 2. So give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and thanks for sticking around while I was on my little sabbatical there, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.